Growing up in Chicago, I listened to a lot of Twista, obviously, you know. Everybody I knew in the hood, I grew up on the west side on Chicago Avenue in Lockwood, and everybody in the hood listened to Twista. But my mom's from England, so like I listened to like a lot of alternative rock growing up and like just white people music, you know what I mean? So growing up, I was really influenced by Twista. I was really influenced by like Master P. Although he's not from Chicago, like a lot of Chicago niggas loved him, especially the old heads. You know, I get a lot of gutter feelings and taste and flavors from that aspect. Whereas I don't think I was really influenced that much by Chicago music. It was more so by like British punk bands and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just like from my mom, or not even British punk bands, but just metal in general. I like loud, energy, clashing, heavy shit. You know? Yeah, I would say a lot of my influence comes from just like Korn, Godsmack, like fucking Machine Head, Metallica, things like that. Rage Against the Machine, Rick James. I think part of becoming an individual and like a strong-willed individual is like, again, like what I talked about before, going through like the trials. You gotta walk through the shit, you know? Sometimes you gotta walk barefoot, sometimes you got boots, but regardless, you gotta walk through that shit. You know, I would be outside with my mom and we'd be playing, what's that song? Cut my life into pieces. Remember that shit? When that first came out, we loved that shit. And we'd be playing that outside grilling. And like my neighbors would be like, oh yeah, I like that one, you know? And like they would feel that. And like I felt like I was giving them a different piece of like another culture and helping them out in a way because it's exposure to something else. Whereas there were times where like we'd be playing like Korn, Got the Life, and my other neighbors on the other side would just like turn that shit off, you know what I mean? And I'd watch my mom be like, you know, fuck you, you know, like this like mixed lady from fucking England is just like, fuck you, like box. And like, you know, like it installed that in me because I don't think you should necessarily infringe, you shouldn't not oppose, what's the word? When you push onto somebody, you shouldn't impose your will or your lifestyle or your way of life on anybody else, but you should also defend yours. You know what I mean? Like if you could live that way, like, in that good like gray zone, you're doing okay. And I got that from just being something else and being placed somewhere where something else is not okay. Being in the hood, like honestly, when I moved to Oak Park, I was so shocked to see white people. I got white family members, but like I don't really see them because they're from a different country. But like I was shocked to see white people because like when I saw white people, they were buying heroin and shit, you know, like nodding off on the street. I thought white people were either heroin addicts or rich as fuck, like Disney Channel, you know, like you know, when I moved to Oak Park, I got a culture shock and I was able to see like, you know, everybody's everybody. Like life is fuck, you know, like being isolated on the West Side, I thought there was like a caste system. You know what I mean? I thought literally, I didn't phrase it that way because I didn't know, you know, I thought of life in a caste system. And I thought like I would just be no better than my father. I'd be no better than my uncles. But being able to see other shit, I was like, oh, fuck all that. All that shit is not good enough, you know? That's what I wanted to show my neighbors, you know? Like I would be showing them rock music just like not because I thought rock was better than rap, but just it was different, you know? Like take something different, feel something different. Like you don't have to listen to the same ass Ludacris song, Move Bitch Get Out the Way 9 times in a row. I remember that summer. That was a rough summer. Everybody played Ludacris all summer. I like Luda. Damn, I hope he don't take that the wrong way. I fuck with you, Luda.
I'm not a very selfish artist. I don't completely make music just to satisfy my fans, but I don't solely make music for myself either. I found a happy medium of understanding what people want to listen to and what I want them to hear.
Like, if DJ Paul can come in here with all his fucking hits, Grammys, come in here alone and feel comfortable, like, don't bring your posse through, man. Like, if we want to deal with you, bring yourself, you know what I'm saying? It just made me realize, like,
another part of the fucking moment is we got kicked off the tour 2 shows in, just because obviously what we were doing wasn't to a certain standard. So for me, that was quite like, I kind of took it personally, but I guess in terms of the bigger picture, it was a good experience. And even talking about it to people, you can kind of see that it's something I'm happy I did. So
I took over. I was just like, well, ain't nobody gonna talk about waves and the inspiration and why better than me. So I started talking. I'm like, yo, I started creating waves. Somebody on the other end of this table starts talking. So I started speaking louder. So I started creating waves. Somebody else starts talking. So I look at my manager, I'm just like, I look at John, I'm like,